Stop making excuses for yourself. Stop trying to make a reason for why you bringing prison politics and jail politics to the streets. What you trying to do? Get the youth locked up or something? What's up? Join down. You already know the deal, man. Y'all tuned in to Grape Street TV, and today we gonna talk about the prison politics being brought to the streets. You know, a lot of people make excuses of how they want things to go, so they use prison for politics, but we're not in prison anymore, man. So if you ain't hit that like and that subscribe button yet, that's what you need to be doing. But if not, y'all already know the deal with me, man. I'm gonna bust y'all across y'all head with some knowledge every time, man, straight up. And make sure y'all hit that bell for all notifications. So when I drop these reactions right here, they pop up on your timeline like the chicken pox. Boop, 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 boop. Y'all already know the deal with me, man. Listen, tap in. I got y'all attention. We finna break this down to the very last compound. I've been seeing a lot of dudes on here that bring prison politics and jail politics to the streets to try to make a point. You know, we're not in prison no more. I don't care what race you are. Black, Mexican, Asian, you know, whatever race you are, it doesn't belong on the streets. We're not trying to go back to prison, and we're not trying to train the kids to go to prison to live off prison politics, because we don't live off prison politics. And that's facts. There's a lot of you dudes bringing these politics to the streets like y'all ain't got no other life, like you ain't never been a man in the streets, and you don't know how to teach the youth how to be real from the streets without bringing prison politics, because like I said, we don't live off of them. That's some prison stuff. That's some jail stuff. In prison, I can't share a bag of chips with a Mexican because I roll with the Crips, right? But on the streets, I can share a bag of chips with a Mexican. So I don't get why you guys bringing the politics to the streets, because it doesn't apply to the streets. And that's facts. It's a lot of lost souls that's older, you know, they feel like because they've been to prison, they know it all. Or I'm big and bad because I went to prison, you know? There's a lot of dudes get spanked in prison, you know? They ain't part of the real politics in prison, but they get out on the streets and they want to live off these politics, you know? And a lot of people was getting DP while they was in jail. So I don't get why you think prison politics are so important to the streets as teaching the youth. We trying to teach them not to go to prison so they won't have to go through those BS politics. And that's facts. Like, who want to be controlled like a robot? Everybody hollering, ain't nobody bigger than the program. So they controlling you like a robot? Because even on the streets, shouldn't nobody be controlling you? We got politics, we got rules. But if you breaking them, you don't belong in the streets. You belong on the sidewalk. If you getting DP'd as in today on the streets, you know, you're not conducting yourself like a real man. We gonna skip gangster, thug, Crip, blood, whatever it's gonna be. We talking about being a man. So at the end of the day, you saying you gotta answer to somebody on the streets. You should be answering to your family, your kids. Not nobody that seem like, you know what I mean, I'm bigger than you, I'm bigger than the program, I've been from over here longer than you, you know? As long as you know how to conduct yourself in a, you know, proper way, like a G, you shouldn't have to worry about nobody saying anything to you. But prison politics is trash on the streets. It doesn't apply. So when I see grown men sitting in front of their camera on YouTube trying to convince the world that this is how it operates, I be looking at them like they crazy, they lost, and they don't even know what's going on. They stuck, you know, in the prison system somewhere. The majority of these dudes only did 2 years or half, 3 years or half, 4 years or half. They ain't did no real time, and they ain't been on no real yards. And right about now, they got the PCs with the GPs on majority of them yards. So these dudes come home barking like they was putting in work, or they just bigger than, you know, everybody else because they been to prison. You know, like back in the days, it was like considered like low life to be going back and forth to prison. Now it's like the youth, they want to go to the county jail, they want to go to prison, and complete these fake milestones because you got these fake OGs on here, presenting to them like this is how the world operates. This is what we supposed to do. What we supposed to do is get up, brush your teeth, wash your face, jump in that shower, shower and shave, and go get you some money and be feeding your family. Because prison politics not gonna feed your family. You're not gonna get no money off what you learned in prison. What you gonna do? Make a shank on the streets? They got guns. Like I said, a lot of these guys, they lost. They lost in the sauce in the past. They trying to live off their past. The things you did in the past ain't got nothing to do with today. Are you trying to make your wrongs right? Are you trying to teach the youth? Are you trying to act like you big and bad because you've been to prison and you think you know it all? Because if you knew it all, you wouldn't be going back and forth to prison. Because that's not it. Who wants to be in a 6x9 cell? Hot. It's the summertime right now, sweating. Writing letters, hoping for a response. We don't move like that on the streets like they move in prison. We don't separate ourselves, That's what a lot of J-Cats trying to do now. They getting online and they starting this racial stuff. And a lot of these people that be on here speaking, they speaking on politics they got nothing to do with. It all boils down to, people want to have a voice and seem important. Your actions got to do that for you. Your words cannot do that. Your words don't do nothing but explain and tell stories. So if you on here telling old stories and you feeling like you the man, be real with the youth. You did a few things, in between is what you're not explaining. Like, as of today, it's a lot of cats getting DPs because they getting on the internet and they yelling crazy and they talking crazy. They bringing the street politics to the internet. So that actually makes you look weak. And a lot of these dudes got all the tattoos on their face, tattoos everywhere, so you don't even know who real and who fake nowadays. But, people gonna apply that pressure and they gonna test that chin. And some people, they get knocked down just for hanging out, trying to be cool, trying to be somebody they not. These are the dudes that come home from prison and teach their kids, how to make a spread, how to put their clothes under their mattress to make them creased. Telling them about the fake prison stories and the fake knockouts they did, telling them, war stories that never even happened. So you making your son or your nephew or your neighbor want to go to prison because he want to feel like he becoming a real dude. But prison don't make you real. Politics don't make you real. What makes you real is your actions. Action speaks louder than words. So, I'm here to tell you that prison politics don't belong on the streets. And that's why a lot of these dudes getting a boot in the ass. They getting a DP for running their mouth. So if that's your motive on here, you on here spitting prison politics, telling prison stories, and bringing it to the streets and make it seem like people need to apply that to the streets because that's what you did in prison. You need to go home and, get your kids up if they sleep, wake them up and teach them the things that you talking about on here because we don't want to hear it. It's nothing, it's trash. And if you want your kids to go through what you've been through, then that's who you explain it to. Stop getting on here and putting the poison into the youth head, making it seem like they gotta move a certain way. Nobody's bigger than the program. How weak that sounds to, a lot of people. Nobody's bigger than the program. Nobody. Come on, man. We all grown men out here. And you talking about nobody's bigger than the program. I got my own program. I do what I do. And I ain't worried about no DPs or none of that stuff because I don't conduct myself like that. I ain't had a DP this long in all these years since I've been alive. So why wait till I'm in my 40s to get a DP? Come on now, man. You doing all this good stuff through your life and keeping your name to throw it in the trash when you become a G or OG. Come on, man. It's trash, man. Get yourself a reality check if you on here doing that. So with all that being said, this reaction has officially came to an end, know what I mean? Don't listen to these fake OGs and, don't let these people feed you nobody's bigger than the program because we should all have our own program. Nobody wants to be controlled like a robot. So if you ain't hit that like and that subscribe button yet, that's what you need to be doing. But if not, y'all already know the deal with me, man. I'm gonna bust y'all across y'all head with some knowledge every time, man, straight up. And make sure y'all hit that bell for all notifications. So when I drop these reactions right here, they pop up on your timeline like the chicken pox. Boop, 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 boop. Tap in.